your girl Melanin Queen Bee here with another video. So today I'm doing a video about my adoption story. This is a story that's very special to me and not something that I would talk about like regularly. So I just want to tell you guys my story and a little bit about it. So I was adopted when I was 5 weeks old. I was actually born in Atlanta, Georgia, and my parents drove to Seattle to pick me up. So my parents, they are Caucasian and I'm African American. So obviously when I was like younger, I knew that I was adopted, or like I knew that they weren't my like biological parents because we look different. And I also want to just clarify like the terminology I use to describe my birth parents and my real parents. So when you hear me say my birth parents, those are the parents that gave birth to me. And when I say real parents or adoptive parents, those are the parents that I call mom and dad every day. And those are my parents who raised me. Because I know a lot of people get confused when they hear like real parents, or they'll be like, oh, like where's your real parents? But to me, like these are my real parents and I call them mom and dad every day. So I want to explain a little bit about how it was growing up being adopted. So growing up wasn't always the easiest thing, especially going through elementary school, not looking like your parents. Like a lot of people used to come up to me and be like, oh, how come you're a different color than your parents, or those aren't your real parents, or your real parents didn't want you and stuff like that. So I know like growing up being adopted for me wasn't that easy. If it wasn't for my parents' support, for sure probably would have been like a really depressing time for me. It did hurt like a lot to hear those things, but I feel as I got older, I guess I more understood like, oh, as like a young kid, like you don't really know. Even I didn't really know. So growing up wasn't the easiest thing, but my parents definitely did help me with that. It made me feel more comfortable, and then once I started feeling more comfortable, I would start explaining like a little bit like, oh, like I was adopted when I was younger. So I would try to explain a little bit to young like kids that were my age. Even though I didn't really fully understand, I wanted to at least try and explain a little bit so people weren't like making fun of me. As I got older, when I was probably like probably grade 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there, I started asking my parents, my real parents, more questions about my adoption. So I wanted to know like if I had siblings, or like, you know, if it was a closed adoption or an open adoption. Like I had like a lot of questions because at this specific time in my life I was trying to, I guess, find myself, because I didn't really know who I was as a person, and I felt like I didn't really have closure. I wouldn't say like I had any abandonment issues, but it was just more of a fact that I was curious to know like about my birth family. Like I wanted to know why I was giving up for adoption, and just know like a bit more as to you know, where I was going to grow up, or who I would have been, the type of person I would have been, stuff like that. So when I was probably 15, 16, I believe, I reached out through the adoption agency to speak to my birth family. And when I was younger, I really thought that reaching out to them would be easy. I thought that they would be happy to talk to me and you know, really want to know who I was as a person, because they haven't talked to me for their whole life. So I thought that they would really want to be in contact with me and know who I was. But in reality, it was like the complete opposite, which really hurt for a long time. And I guess like a lot of questions that I had weren't answered, and a lot of stuff that I wanted to know, I was kind of just left guessing. So that type of stuff really hurt me, because being adopted, like you want to know who your birth family is. Like you're curious, you want to know like where you would have been raised, and just like you want to know like why, or like how. You just want to know everything. So for me, like I didn't really know or get any of the answers that I wanted to know. Like I know that I have siblings, which is awesome. I know a little bit about them, but when it comes to that relationship with like my birth parents, I don't have that. I wish that it could have been differently. I wish that I actually didn't reach out to them at that time, and I wish that I had reached out to them maybe now, that the fact that I'm like 24 turning 25, I feel like I would have had like a different approach and been mentally stronger to deal with that type of pain. Because again, like, not getting the answer, it wasn't even the fact that I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted, it was the fact that I just thought that, you know, the people who gave birth to me would be happy to talk to me, and I feel like it was the complete opposite. So that feeling definitely hurt. Like, I can't even explain like the exact feeling, but all I can say is that it would definitely hurt me. But as I got older, I guess healed myself from that pain. Probably when I hit like grade 12 and out of high school, I just started to put myself in my birth mom's position. Like, if I was to have a kid, you know, at this age, would I be able to provide that child? Like, would I be able to give everything I want to that child? So I guess once I put myself in that position, I started thinking about it from a more like adult perspective. I didn't really feel hurt anymore, as to why she didn't want to communicate with me or give me the answers that I wanted. I more so respected her for giving me the life that she could not give me at that time. So I do thank her every day, or I thank her all the time. I pray for her, knowing that she had the strength to put me up for adoption, knowing that she was not able to care for me at that time. So there was 2 occasions actually where I was supposed to meet my birth family. The first time, it was when I was in high school. So I had reached out and I had planned to go there. I bought my ticket and everything, and then you know, plans changed and I was told not to come anymore. So that also hurt a lot, just because at that, like I said, at that point, like, I didn't really know who I was as a person, and you know, I felt like doing this would really help me in a way and guide me to who I needed to be. So that definitely hurt a lot. And the time I was actually supposed to meet my sister, but again, that didn't work out. But I didn't really plan to go there specifically for them. I really wanted to go on my own and just see like where I would have been raised and like the city that I was born in. I just wanted to like really check it out for myself. I did reach out to her and I did want to meet up with her, but again, it didn't work out. So at the point that I am at this point in my life, like, I feel like I've made peace with my adoption. Like, it's not something that I feel like I need to continue pressing for, or like continue looking for answers, because I feel like already me, you know, putting myself in my birth mother's position and just really, you know, thinking about it from like an adult perspective, I have just kind of healed myself from that. All right, so now I want to talk about my real parents, people who I call mom and dad every single day. I want to give a huge shout out to them, and I thank them for raising me to be the person that I am today. If it wasn't for them, who knows where I would be right now. The reason why they adopted me is because my mom was unable to have kids, so they chose to adopt me, which is awesome. They always told me when I was younger that they got to pick me. They always said like other parents don't get to choose their children, but we got to pick you. So that used to make me feel like better, I guess, when I used to like go through certain things in elementary school and stuff. I just want to say, like, if it wasn't for them, like, I don't know where I would be right now or the person I would be, but I owe them everything. I owe them my life. They, you know, gave me everything as a child. They raised me as their own, even though, you know, she didn't give birth to me. She raised me like I was her own. Basically, all I can say about them is the love that they've given me, the love that they've shown me, the unconditional love, the unconditional everything. Like, I just owe them my life. Like, anyone who is adopted, I know that you probably feel like you're lost in this world, or you might feel like some part of you is missing. But the big thing that I just want to say is, even though you want answers from your birth family, it's not always going to be what you want. Like, you might think that, oh, they really want to talk to me, or they really want, you know, communication with me, but that is not always the case. And I know that there's probably some point in your life where you have felt, you know, mad with your real parents or your adoptive parents, but at the end of the day, they're the ones raising you to be the person that you are today. They're the ones giving you a roof over your head, raising you to be their own. I just want everyone who's adopted to just really understand that not everyone in the world can adopt. Not everyone in the world can have kids. So when they get the opportunity to adopt, you're literally theirs. Like, you are their child. Like, they are raising you as their own, and they love you. You know, I know that obviously everyone wants to talk to their birth family and, you know, wants to know where they come from or like why. But from my personal experience, I wish that I didn't know. Like, I wish that I had waited, or not even, you know, reached out at all, because that specific pain that I felt knowing that, you know, at the time, like, you could give birth to someone, you know, give them away and not want anything to do with them, it hurts. Like, that pain really, really hurts. But to overcome that pain and realize what you were blessed with and what you have is way stronger than that pain. So I'm telling you, if you just take the time to heal yourself, really think about what you have versus what you don't have, you will be appreciative for it and grateful for it. All I can say is that I was blessed to be given to this family. All I can say is that I was blessed. I feel like I was given up for adoption for a reason, and I don't even need to know that specific reason, but all I know is that it was a reason, and God made it happen for a reason, and that's just what I'm thankful for at this point. So this is coming to the end of my video. I hope that you know, anyone who watches this who is adopted, I hope that my advice or my story can somehow help you in some type of way. I wish that when I was younger, I had a video, or, you know, just was able to speak to someone who's like able to tell me some type of advice, or like anything basically, to help me with the process of and the feelings of just being adopted. So I hope that this video helps someone, or helps you, helps a friend, helps anyone. So don't forget to share, like my video, and subscribe for more videos and more story times, more vlogs, more everything. And thank you for watching my video.